Hello, and welcome to an exciting video on troubleshooting display issues for a Prism View LED sign. Today we will cover what some of the most common display issues look like so you can identify them when they occur. We will also cover some troubleshooting steps to solve some of these common problems. Before you begin troubleshooting any display issues, it is always a good idea to have any tools that you may need. Here is a list of some of the tools that you may need while troubleshooting your display. Please feel free to pause this video to make sure you have all the necessary supplies. To begin with, it is important to understand that on most Prism View displays, the data path typically runs from right to left when facing the display. However, occasionally on some newer signs, the data path runs from top to bottom. For this reason, when you are diagnosing a problem, it is best to start at the furthest top right of the problem and work towards the bottom left. This will save you a lot of time. Just to be sure, however, it is a good idea to check your component layout drawing to confirm the data path direction. One of the most common display issues is what is called a display all out. This is when the display is completely black with no content playing. If your display is all out, please follow these steps to determine what the problems are and how to solve it. Number 1, check for active content. Number 2, check cable connections. Number 3, cycle power to the sign. Number 4, contact Prism View technical support. Okay, let's take a look at the first step of checking for active content. One reason your display may be black is simply because there is nothing scheduled to be playing on the sign. Let's go through the steps to ensure that content is scheduled correctly. There are a few different softwares that can be used to schedule Prism View displays. In this video, we will cover the two main softwares, Banner and Prism View Client. If your display is controlled with the Banner software, the very first thing you will need to do is to log into your Banner account and then support the account that the sign belongs to. Once inside the correct account, click on the schedule icon to verify that there is a schedule that is assigned to the display as seen here. Click on the three dots and select Edit to open up the schedule. Now we need to verify that there is a playlist that is scheduled to play on today's date. If there is not, then this is why the sign is black, and a playlist must be added for the sign to begin displaying messages. If there is a playlist on today's date, then we need to go into the playlist and make sure there is content associated with it. Click on the menu button. Now select the icon. Again, click on the three dots of the playlist that was in the schedule and select Edit. Verify that there are messages inside the playlist. If there are not, then you will need to add some for the sign to begin playing. Now let's click on the menu button and go back into the schedule icon and click on the Publish button to make sure everything we see here is out at the sign also. You may need to wait for a minute or two for the update to go through. Now let's take a look at the Prism View Client software for those who do not use the Banner software. To confirm that there is content scheduled on the sign, we need to start by looking at the playlist on the Display tab. If you do not see any messages in this playlist, then we need to click on the Schedule tab to see if there may be content that has been scheduled. After you have clicked on the Schedule tab, you need to make sure that the playlists have not expired. At least one of them needs to be green in the status column. If none are, then you will need to create one that is scheduled for today. Now go ahead and select one of the active playlists to confirm that there is content inside of them. Again, if there is nothing inside one of the playlists, then some content must be added for the sign to display content. To verify that the sign has the same messages that we see here, go ahead and click on one of the update buttons. It may take a minute or two for the update to go through and the sign to start playing the content scheduled. If it does not play on the sign, or if the update errors out, then we need to proceed on to step 2. Start by confirming that the connection cable from your computer to the sign is properly connected to your computer and to either your network router or the wireless bridge that is used to communicate with the sign. If something was not connected correctly, then try updating the sign again. If it was all connected correctly and your sign is still black, then we need to proceed to step 3. To cycle power to the sign, find the circuit breaker that is supplying power to the sign and switch it into the off position. Wait 5 minutes and flip it back on. This will force the computer in the sign to restart and resolve many software issues that may have been causing the display to be all out. Please be patient, as it may take a few minutes for the sign to finish booting back up. If the sign still remains black, then you will need to contact PrismView technical support to further diagnose what is causing the all out on your display. The PrismView technical support can be reached by calling 1-800-741-6721, or you can email them at esupport@prismview.com. Or if you are outside of the United States and Canada, you can email them at internationalsupport@prismview.com. PrismView's technical support is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can always get a hold of them. The next common issue we will address in this video is a module out or line out. This occurs when a single LED module or horizontal line of LED modules are black, but the rest of the sign is displaying correctly. In order to determine the cause of this problem and resolve it, follow these troubleshooting steps. Number 1, verify SATA cables are correct. Number 2, replace incoming SATA cable. Number 3, check fuse and trace power. Number 4, replace affected module. Number 5, replace module to the right of affected module. To verify the SATA cable is wired correctly, remove the affected module using a T-handle hex tool. Inspect the incoming and outgoing SATA cables are plugged in correctly. Remember that the data flow on the sign typically runs right to left, so the incoming SATA cable should be coming from the module on the right of the affected module. The output SATA cable should also be going to the module to the left. The next step is to replace the incoming SATA cable in case the current SATA cable has gone bad. To do this, simply remove the cable by squeezing on the retaining clips of the sides of the SATA cable and pull. When connecting the new cable, be sure that it clicks into place, ensuring you have a proper connection. Now you will need to check the fuse to ensure that it is functional and trace the power from the module all the way back to the power supply to ensure that the module is wired correctly. If the problem still persists, then we will need to proceed to the next step of replacing the affected module. And lastly, replace the module to the right of the affected module. The last common display issue that we will cover in this video is a section outage. A section outage is an outage that affects more than one row of LED modules. If your display is exhibiting this problem, please follow these steps to resolve the issue. Examine a blank module to verify power. If power is present at module, verify power on the interface. Verify link light is on. Verify interface is receiving frames. Reset the interface. If power is present at module, verify power on the interface. Locate the interface card that is driving the section that is out and verify the power indicator lights are on. Next, take a look to see if the link light on the card is illuminated. Although this does not necessarily mean that the interface has power, it does confirm that there is a solid video connection coming in. Verify that the interface card is receiving frames by looking at LD1. If the light is blinking green, then it is receiving frames. The last step is to reset the interface. Press the reset button and wait 2 minutes. Then verify that the LD1 light starts blinking. If there is not power present at the module, then follow these steps. Check power with a voltmeter. Use a voltmeter to verify that there is 24 to 27 volts of direct current on the power harness that connects to the module. If there is not, trace the power to the power supply and confirm correct voltage at the power supply. The power supply's incoming power typically should be 120 to 240 volts of alternating current, and outgoing power should be 24 to 27 volts of direct current. However, it is important to check your component layout drawing to confirm specific voltage numbers for your display. Trace the power back to the power supply and find the red voltage selector switch. Verify that it is set correctly. If it is not, switch to the correct voltage. Thank you for watching this troubleshooting video. Please contact Prism View Technical Service Department with any questions before performing maintenance on your display. These videos may not apply to your custom display. This video is subject to changes without notice and does not represent a commitment or guarantee on behalf of Prism View in any way.